Hey everybody, it is a beautiful yet chilly Monday morning in Virginia Beach. We're at 1701 once again for another video day. And you have said that you'd like to see what happens behind the scenes on a video shoot, so I wanted to give you a look. Okay, so we are setting up the cameras for Chris's video shoot. Hi, Chris.
Hey.
As you can see, the setup is pretty amazing, and the results, I'm going to show that to you later, are incredible because this lighting, his cameras, I don't know what magic you do, Chris, but whatever you do, it turns into a video that really is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, really great video. And so maybe that we start with there is, how much do you love what you do?
Man, I tell you what, hearing people's stories and capturing them is amazing to me. So I love that. I think back to like just hearing stories as a little kid and how exciting that was to me. And now to be able to capture someone else telling their story and then put it together in a really succinct, exciting way is so much fun for me.
You know what I find too is when I hear somebody's story, I just have to stop, right? I just have to stop. And I have to get more details, and it can be a little disconcerting, I think, for them. Like we can be in the grocery store, and they're like, "Why is this woman continuing to talk to me?" But anyway, that's I totally get what you mean. I totally get it.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you recording? Not yet.
We are recording.
You are recording.
We're
okay.
rolling.
So let me ask you real quick. As we are recording, we are doing a batch session. A batch video session, what we suggest for clients. But here's the thing, is I think the reason these are so effective is that it's harder to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You can, and many people do, but it's nice to have other people to bounce ideas off of. So let me ask you, what do you want to get out of 8 videos that you're trying to create today? What is the ultimate goal for these pieces of content?
I really want to start building relationships with people that are looking to do video on a regular basis. I feel like I can really offer great production value, quick turnaround times, and fair pricing for people that have a vision of what they want to tell people, and then I can help them do that through video. So I want these videos to be an introduction or the gateway for people to start saying, hey, what is Chris doing with his business, and how might it fit well with what I'm doing?
Nice. Okay. So as far as content goes, then are you thinking short tips? Are you thinking more in-depth like tutorials? Or are you thinking even bringing in some of the videos you've done in the past and interspersing them with some of your commentary? Like that, those are like 3 different things you could do with video. But what are you thinking for today?
So I originally had thought about tutorials, but I think for the folks that I'm working with, tutorials isn't that helpful for them because they're on a time crunch. So they're really involved with their business and they want someone to help them create the content in a well-polished way so that they can share what they're doing and their story. But so I'm not sure that a tutorial would really benefit them. So I think I'll go for more of the just explaining how video, the video that I create and the way that I tell stories can be beneficial to getting their message across.
Maybe we even, for you, since I know the focus is really on quality, it's on sound, it's on bringing all of the pieces together, maybe we delve into some of those little pieces separately. So for example, maybe instead of teaching someone how to make the sound excellent, maybe you talk about why it is so important.
Yeah.
Right? And so I mean, like, for example, this is not ideal sound. I absolutely know this, and you would never do that. You, for example, have a microphone on, and sound is critical, and I know your microphones are top notch. So maybe we do a little 2 minute and a half, 2 minute thing on the importance of sound. And sort of delve into some of that. And so maybe as I'm asking you a couple of questions, and you can edit it all together, but you can talk about the importance of sound and what you use it for in the editing room. Yeah. So it's not necessarily something that they take away. Like they're not going to necessarily go do it, although they could. Sure. But then they're also going to see how important sound is to you. Because as we've talked about before, sound is the number one thing It's close to the number one thing that people look for when they're watching video.
Yep.
So what do you think of that?
I think that's a great thing to talk about. You know, our human bodies, our ears, the way we hear is just so amazing. But when you're recording on a camera, that microphone is just picking up kind of a nasty room sound that we've all experienced watching videos on YouTube.
Right.
but when we're in conversation or actually in the room, our ears have this amazing ability to be able to really focus in on what we want to pay attention to. And that's why sometimes you can be in like a keynote speaker situation, listening at a conference or something, but really you're only paying attention to the person that's having a side conversation 2 rows behind you.
Right.
So what we try to do with video is recreate that focus for you. And we do that by using different microphones. So right now we have 2 cameras that are over here, and they're each recording audio in addition to different video angles. And then we have this lavalier microphone on me that's capturing the nice close-up sound from my voice. And then up top here we have a second microphone that is capturing what they call boom or shotgun audio, and that's going to be a little bit more of a not as quite of a close mic sound, but it's going to be a great secondary microphone that gives you a little bit of sense of the room, but still a clear, focused audio from the person that's speaking. Typically, after I shoot a video like this, I'll only use the sound from the lavalier microphone. Unless there's audio that someone else says, then I'll grab it from one of the other microphones that's a backup source. But you can totally hear the difference in sound. So right now, I'll give you a sense of what the camera audio sounds like. Check 1, 2, 3. This is audio from the camera mic. And now let's go to this shotgun microphone. This is audio from the shotgun microphone. Check 1, 2, 3, audio from the shotgun microphone. And now we're back to the lavalier microphone. So hopefully by hearing those differences, you can really tell that audio is really important. And we can design a focal point for our viewers by picking the right source of audio for them to listen to.
So what you're saying is that you, depending on what is happening in your video, you'll pick one over the other.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Was that for your video? Because that was really good.
Yeah, we're using all this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, and I'm thinking
it's happening.
It's all gonna work out.
Okay,
yeah.
No, I loved how you did that, because then you're going to use when in that point where you said I'm going to use that audio, and then when you use that lavalier audio, you're going to be able to pot that up.
Yep.
When you
I'll turn the other ones off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was excellent. That was really, really good. And so what do you want them to do once they hear that? Is there something, because that was a great nugget. Like not too much, not too little.
Yeah.
Like that helped me understand that when I'm at a conference, if their audio is not good, I'm out. Right? When I'm at a conference and their acoustics are bad or they're not focused on audio, I'm listening to my neighbor, which has happened. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But how will you end this? Do you want them to schedule a call? Do you want them to come over to visit you at your workstation? What is it that you want to happen from this conversation that you're having?
Yeah. I mean, I would love for people to come by, have a cup of coffee, I think. So, you know, if video is something that's important to people that are watching this and they're excited about telling their story in a really relevant, focused way, I'd say come on by 1701. Let's have a cup of coffee and talk about what you see as a vision for your business and how you think video might help. And then I'll see if there's ways that I can share how what I do could help you.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. So I think another topic could be, if we're going just really broad brush on audio, then I clearly think that video has to be the number one, right?
Yeah.
Then the second one. So maybe if you are stacking them, then people want to know, how do they look good? How do they look good? And that is universal, whether they are going to do the videos themselves or whether you make them look good. How can they help you do your job?
Sure. So I think the number one key to making video look great is just to think about simple and succinct. From everything to the content, you want it to be bite-sized nuggets of information so that people can grab it, eat it, digest it, love it, and say thank you. And when that applies to your wardrobe too, like this wood thing behind us is a neat background with a little bit of texture, but it's not super distracting. And then I'm wearing just a solid colored shirt. So I think as you think about what you're gonna wear, how you're gonna look, you can draw attention to the things you want by keeping everything else simple. So if I want the attention on me, we're gonna light me, and I'm gonna wear things that are simple and solid so that people are focusing on what I'm saying and the content of this video rather than like, wow, that guy's got a good looking tie on today. That thing is so sharp, and I love the neon orange and that plaid pattern. It's so cool. Or that background, man, there's people back there banging dishes in the kitchen. We're doing a kitchen show, but it's so distracting that I'm not even focused on what the person's saying. So those are things to think about, simple and succinct, so that people will really focus in on your message.
What are things that you do in editing when or if that does not happen, right? What can you do in the back, if you will, that will make someone look better? Like let's say they wear the wrong color, or let's say that they wear something distracting. Can you make magic?
Yeah. So the nice thing about working with someone else who's solely focused on the video is they can sort of make a little bit of magic here and there to cover up things that weren't perfect when you were shooting. So if that's a crazy wardrobe and the colors are just dancing all around in the light and they're super distracting, maybe you cover it with some B-roll shots, or you get some stock footage or some images that the client provided that help tell visually the story of what they do, and it's not just their talking head with their busy shirt. Maybe it looks like cutting up what they've said. Maybe they rambled on about something that, while nice to know, isn't really part of the focus of their message for that particular video. So you can cut that out and switch between angles on the cut so that people don't even understand that they missed a chunk of the sentence that was said. So, I mean, you could really make manipulative statements by completely changing what someone said, but what we're trying to do is just make a brief, short, concise, bite-sized message for people to be able to take away just the focus. What we're trying to do is just make a little bite-sized message for people to take away immediately.
I love that. So that's like another bite-sized, that's video too.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
And so would you use the same tag as before? Like if you want to talk about it, come have coffee?
Maybe I can say it again. I didn't feel super confident about it first. This is good. Thank you, Cheryl. So video is something that people watching this are looking to start doing more of, and they want to outsource it. They don't have time. So video, 3, 2, 1. So if video is something that people are looking to do more of, to share the story of their organization, I'd love to have a cup of coffee with them. Maybe there's visions that you have and production skills that I can bring to the table where we can really start crafting messaging that builds an audience for you and grows your brand.
I love that. Yeah, I really like that a lot. I like the first one too, though. I think you can mix and match.
Okay, awesome.
All right, so, all right, we got 2 down, everybody. Did you notice that? 2 videos are done.
2 videos, and we've been rolling for 12 minutes.
6 more to do. And let's think about broad brush. Okay, so what do people ask you a lot about? Maybe they ask you how to... Everything all right?
I'm just gonna restart.
Was it rolling?
It was. I just wanted to make a new
no, it's good.
video. Yeah.
What do people ask you related to? Do they ask you how to go viral? I'm sure that's like the thing. Like how maybe they ask you, and you're just like, well, I don't know how to help you with that. Well, or maybe you can help them. I don't know.
There's definitely different strategies for going viral, but I don't know that should always be the goal. You could research the keywords that are being used in your area. What are people talking about? And you can try to capture the wave of where the conversation is in your niche. And I think sometimes that can really help push a video viral. But what we really want to do is consistently and regularly provide bite-sized information to your audience so that they begin to trust you and see you as an authority figure in whatever area is your field of expertise.
So that being said, so that sounds like the beginning of a really good third video. Like, and the title could be something like, "Should you really be chasing after a viral video?" Right? So that what you just said could be like the beginning of that third video. In which case, what would your bite-sized nugget be to somebody? If they shouldn't be chasing viral videos, then how can you help them create a quick and easy nugget, which is what you've been doing? Like, how can you help them do that?
Yeah. So we often think that we want our video to be the next big viral thing. But I think this gets in the way of doing what we really should be doing, which is building an audience that wants to check in with us weekly or daily or monthly and hear what we have to say. Something bite-sized that they can take away with and like go act on and be really successful with that information. So that is great news because it means that we can easily start creating this type of content.
So then how would you help them do that? Like, what would be the first thing, like maybe three simple things that they can do instead of focusing on making the video that gets the most likes, clicks, and shares? What is really the basics of a smart video?
The basics of a smart video are to distill information down to a really small the basics of a
Okay, I think this one. No, I think this one is where you can go to the basics, which is audio, video in terms of controlling what you can control, like as far as not wearing huge crazy patterns. And then the third probably would be on one clear message per video.
Okay.
So that, I mean, that, and this is your one clear message.
Yeah.
Like, don't focus on the viral video, but focus more on creating a simple and succinct one. Now, did you say it in another video? That's fine. I think it's completely fine to repeat your brand message here. Is simple and succinct.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
Okay. So you already have the first part of this video. Now you just need to focus on the second. What makes a great video? Here are the three things. Boom.
So what makes a great video? Here are the three things. Great sounding audio, good looking video, and messaging that's clear and succinct.
Do you, no, I like that. No, you're laughing, but I like that a lot. And so why don't you just leave it at that? Why don't you just leave it at that and be like, look, if that, it is, it looks harder. It is not as hard as you think, but a little guidance goes a long way. If you want to chat with me about that, let's roll. Right?
Yeah. So it's not as hard as we all might think to create these types of videos, but it is great to have a second,
like a second set of eyes, a bit of guidance, someone to lead the way.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it's not as hard as we might think to create videos like this, but it is helpful to have some guidance and some expertise in the production side of things. So if that's something that you feel like you're ready for, I'd love to chat with you. You can reach out via email at chris@chrislanevideo.com, or you can stop by 1701 down here at the oceanfront in Virginia Beach Vibe District, or you can stop by 1701 or you can stop by 1701 here at the oceanfront in the Vibe District of Virginia Beach. We've got great coffee here, and I'd love to hear about your goals for your organization and how video might be a part of them.
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
Really good. Okay, that's 3. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Okay,
Yeah.
So 4, I think I forgot about lighting. So let's talk about lighting, because how much can you spend on lighting? How much have you spent on lighting? How about that? How much have you spent? Maybe you shouldn't talk about that because somebody could hear it and be like, you spent how much on lighting?
Yeah.
How much have you spent on lighting? How about that? Ballpark.
It's very easy to spend thousands of dollars on lighting. The costs are coming down in all the video production tools, which is nice, but still you get what you pay for in a lot of ways. So having great lighting is essential because it directs the focus of a viewer's attention. Like right now we have a light that's shining here on me. This would be called the key light, and it's providing the main source of light for the focal area of our frame. Instead of a fill light, we're using a bounce over here, and that is bouncing some light onto this side of my face to fill in what would normally be some shadow there. And then to separate me from my background, we have a backlight, which is over here. So that's sort of hitting my shoulders and the back of my head, and it's providing that line of separation so I don't just blend into what's going on behind me. So lighting really helps people focus on what they should be paying attention to in the frame.
That's really cool. I didn't know all of that, but it is just on somebody who's been on the other side for a very long time. Lighting can make or break you. Like bad.
Sure.
I mean, what happens when you have bad lighting, and what happens when you have good lighting? Like, are you like even surprised by the power that you have?
Yeah, we all know, whether you know that it's great lighting that's making that video engaging. I mean, we know when we see a video and we're like, wow, this person looks legit. It looks like they know what they're talking about. Looks like they put some care into crafting their message. Lighting is a tool that helps display all of those characteristics.
Nice. Okay, so why don't you wrap that up?
Okay.
Like, if you want to discuss lighting, like if your videos
Yeah.
are not looking the way you want them to look, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So if your videos just aren't quite looking the way you want them to look, perhaps lighting is something that we should discuss. If you're interested in talking about it, feel free to reach out, chris@chrislanevideo.com.
Mixing it up. I like it. Okay, so half done. 4 more to go. This is where it gets a little trickier, right? Because we have the 4 big, the big 3.
Yeah, we're going all the way to 8 still?
We're going to try and go to
Okay.
8. Why not? We'll see what happens, right? Okay, so give me some ideas of what, like when you're here and you get a phone call, maybe an email, maybe somebody stops by, because you probably have a lot of stop by people.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that they're always like, dude, help me with, or...
Yeah. I'll say, unfortunately, most people come in at the last minute when they need something right away. They're kind of scrambling, like, hey, I've got this event coming up and I've got to start promoting it with video. The event's in 1 week, and how can we shoot a video, get it out there, super cheap, super excellent, all encompassing saving grace type of video. There's always something that can be done, but it's much better if you can say, we're starting this vision for our organization, and we would like to portray these 3 things about our business over the next 6 months. How can we start telling regular, short, concise stories through video over this time period so people begin to build trust in us and understand that those 3 things are what we're all about?
Oh, I like that. So literally the difference is, if I just invested a little bit of time and thought and asked you these questions, how much lead time do you need? Like what? 3 months before an event? 2 months?
Yeah.
Anything is better than the week before.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Right.
So let's dive into that. Like, what is the most successful pre-plan to promoting an event? Because I think an event is a really big, you could even say, for example, events are a big deal.
Right.
People want to do them right. They invest a lot of time, money, energy into making them happen. But then they leave sometimes the video part to the last minute, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So here's what you need. Start at what time? Yeah. So say all that.
Okay.
Okay.
So events are a really big deal. For a lot of organizations, they come up once a year. It's this big, massive thing where they're either thanking all their sponsors or showcasing what's going to happen in the year to come. And a lot of money and time gets invested into making these things go off without a hitch. The only issue is that's 1 day or 1 weekend or 1 week out of the year. And whoever was there, they benefit from that. But they're only thinking about it for that 1 week when they're attending. So, to really promote event well and to gain some sort of traction, like for more than just the week that the event happens, you can plan ahead with video to promote and build traction. So it used to be that creating one great 2 to 5 minute video was the way to go, and people would watch your video and then that's awesome. That was kind of the way we approached video production. But now we all subscribe to YouTube channels. We have people that we love to check in with regularly. So we need to also be those people that other people want to check in with regularly. So if you're promoting an event, think as far out as possible and just start telling the story of how you're building up to your event. Maybe it's like, hey guys, we just met with our planning team and we're super excited about the event that's coming up because we just laid out the table arrangements and who's going to be sitting with who, and people can start to get excited about that. They can start to think, wow, I want to go, and I wonder who they're going to put me next to. Or the stage design. Hey, we're designing the stage for this event. People will get excited, and if you release just these 1-minute videos maybe every week leading up to the event, you're building that excitement. People are checking in more and more often. You're building more attraction online, and more people are going to start to check in and see, hey, what's going on over here? I hear people talking about this.
Nice. If you want some help with that, let's talk. Let's have some coffee, and make it not feel so rushed. You'll enjoy the promotion of the event versus feeling that stress.
That's good. So if you've got an event that you promote every year and you'd like to really enjoy that whole promotion process, be set up ahead of time, and to start building natural, organic audience traction, people that are excited about your event with you, reach out to me, Chris at chrislanevideo.com. I'd love to chat about the ways that we can start generating an audience for your event. I think I can do that better.
Okay. I liked it, but yeah, let's do it again.
Okay. So if you've got an event that you would like to start, if you've got an event that you hold every year and you'd like to start promoting it in a way that's relaxed, sort of stress-free, and just a lot of fun so that other people can come on board with you as you're leading up to this big event that you do every year, reach out to me, Chris at chrislanevideo.com. I'd love to chat about some of the ways we might be able to work together.
I like that a lot. Okay, that was 5. What's our time? How are we doing? Because I know we have.
It's 10.
What do you think?
Okay.
You think you can do one more?
Yeah. All right. Let's do one.
Let's do one more, just because I know we've got to get ready for our actual video day that we're doing. There was something. Oh. Why don't we do? You touched on it in one of the other videos, but I think that this might be a good one to kind of delve into a little bit, and that's editing. So again, these, if we're looking at your YouTube channel, as I'm assuming this is what I think is this is going to go on your YouTube channel, and they could be, and the headlines really are going to make it before the videos. The headlines are going to be it. These are kind of like the umbrella videos. And then the next ones that we do when we do our batch shoots are going to be delving really into the fine lines of editing or key lighting or an audio like that. You can like do other videos that are a lot more focused on those pieces. And of course it's going to be geared toward your clients, so they won't be that technical, but I think there is also room to be a little more technical if it makes a little sense. Yeah. So this last one, what do you think about that? Like maybe something about editing, and how. And I loved what you said earlier. Is like stuff can be like left on the cutting room floor. You can do anything related to that. Maybe we talk about in this age of like Facebook Live. Some of these Facebook Lives are hours long. Yeah. Actually, this video is like maybe 30, 40 minutes long, But my point being is that there's a time and a place for that. Yeah. And so your videos, because maybe they're more on the shorter side, then that means every second is, first of all, it costs more to produce. Second of all, it is more powerful because you are curating the experience. Yeah. So maybe talk a little bit about that, which is different. And there's a time and a place. Like there's a time for this, I think, I hope, for a video like what we're creating right here. But there's also one for yours where it is 2 minutes of gold. Yeah. Okay.
So there's really a time and place for different types of video. There's a time and place for Facebook Live from your phone. Get people in on the action with you as it's happening. Super personal. This is from my cell phone. I'm welcoming you into my world. Raw, unedited. But there's also a time and place where we really want to put our best foot forward, showcase what we're all about in our best light. And we want to get to the beginning and the end of that message in a short amount of time so people hear it from beginning to end. And nowadays that might be like 1 minute if we're lucky, right? So I've found that creating these super short, super informative messages are the way to go. And the best way to get super short, super informative messaging that's engaging is to work with someone or to have the skills of production yourself, specifically video editing, because you can take things that have been shot, mix in footage from a Facebook Live or from photos, and really capture the essence of what you want to say in the amount of time that you want to say it, and give it to people on a plate and say, hey, I made this for you. Let me know if you like it. And if you do, maybe we can start working together.
Oh, I like that. So, say that. Maybe we can start working together.
So, hopefully you've liked this video. And if you did, and you want to start creating some video together, reach out to me, Chris, at chrislanevideo.com. Love to talk to you.
Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, so tell me, how is this process?
This process is super helpful because I have all these thoughts in my head of how I think I can help folks with using video as a tool and storytelling as a tool. But those are just like vague thoughts bouncing around in my head, and I need to get them out and share them, right? But I can't sit here and have a conversation with every single person that I meet and have that be an effective way to grow a business. So having you here to help me take these thoughts and manage them into bite-sized chunks that apply to a wider audience is really helpful, because now I feel like people can start to understand what it is that I do and what I'm about, and decide for themselves that, hey, Chris is not the right person for me, or you know what, Chris is really in line with my way of my line of thinking. Or they can say, so folks can either watch this and they can say, Chris is really in line with the way that we do business and his style fits, or they can decide that it doesn't.
But they know either way. Like, they know that, which is really cool. That's awesome. Right. So this was helpful to you, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, it was super helpful. I mean, I'm way more comfortable on the other side of the camera, so it's really nice to have someone working with you and guiding you, coaching you on what's coming across best and what can be improved upon.
Thank you. This was awesome. Look for these videos soon on your YouTube page, right?
Yes. Super excited to get these done.
So our video day is done, and we were able to get videos for Chris. We got 5 of them in about 40 minutes, and we'll see how they turn out, but he seems pretty happy with them. Right, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So
He seems
far.
pretty happy. And what's good, I think, is to have someone on the outside ask questions about your process, about what it is you want your clients to know, because then the end result is more concrete and makes a lot more sense to the people listening. After I stopped rolling on this iPhone, I actually sat down. I think I got about 3 videos or so. So you'll be seeing those soon. Let me know what you think about the entire process that you saw. And if you have any questions, let me know. Cheryl at CherylTanmedia.com. Have a great day. Bye.